Welcome. In this video, first I will describe how the mower turns on, and then I'm going to show the diagnostics. If you notice here, the key is on and nothing's lit up. Now I'm going to describe the power flow for the on circuit. Power for the switch comes right off of this terminal of the contactor. It's this small red wire. The small red wire goes up to the key switch red wire, as shown here. When the key is on, then the red and black wire, it's a green wire on the 300E, goes to the charger interrupt red wire. The red and black wire now goes over to the charger interrupt relay, shown here. There's 3 wires going to it, a red, a yellow, and a black. The red wire comes from the key switch and goes into the interrupt relay. The blue wire turns the relay on and off by way of the charge port. Here at the port, this is the negative terminal and this is the positive terminal. Test these first. They should have battery voltage. With the charger disconnected, the blue wire has power and turns on the charger interrupt relay. With the interrupt relay turned on, the red wire coming in feeds the yellow wire going out to the mower. That yellow wire turns to green in the wire harness. That green wire now goes to the gauge, as these 2 wires are shown here. They both come from the same spot. That green wire also goes and turns on the DC converter for power to turn on the contactor, the headlights, and the USB. The green wire also goes to both controllers to turn them on. The first part of checking why your mower won't turn on is checking for battery voltage at the port. There's 2 terminals in the back of the bottom of the port. You put your probes in there. You can just let them rest in there. I've removed the port and the charger interrupt, which is that there, for ease of showing you what's going on. Normally, this blue connector is right under the port. You have to take the back cover off. The charger interrupt is usually mounted right up over here. So on the bracket. But for this purpose, I've got everything pulled loose. Now that I verified that I have battery voltage on the port, I need to check the blue wire coming out of the port. You pull up on that tab and you pull the port connector apart. You stick your red wire down inside there. It should have the same battery voltage. If you don't have battery voltage on the blue wire, the port's bad. Okay. Also inspect the port connectors, make sure the wires are all the way in there. I've seen a couple of them that the wires are pushed out of the terminal or pulled out here and they don't make good contact. When putting it together, make sure that the connector locks together. This is the charger temperature sensor. This only affects it charging with the factory charger. So if the factory charger isn't working, make sure this connector is good, and make sure that the pins aren't bent or pulled out. Testing the key switch. You leave the black meter ground in the ground side of the port. The red wire should have battery voltage, and the red and black wire should have battery voltage. The next step is to test for power on the red wire. It should have 52 volts or battery voltage. And test the yellow wire. It should also have 52 volts. If you don't have 52 volts on the yellow wire, the charger interrupt is bad. If the factory gauge is not lighting up, either you don't have battery voltage, you don't have at the port, you don't have voltage going through the charger interrupt, or you've got a bad key switch. Those are the only three things that'll make this gauge not work other than being a bad gauge.